The royal family has long been a symbol of tradition, duty, and strength, with centuries of history woven into the fabric of its daily life. Yet, like any institution that has weathered the winds of time, it is not without its internal conflicts. These disputes, often hidden behind the gilded walls of palaces and castles, tend to be carefully contained, with each member adhering to their own role within the family. However, the latest drama involving Queen Camilla and Princess Anne is causing waves within Buckingham Palace and beyond. What started as a mere whisper of disagreement has grown into a dramatic clash, raising eyebrows across the royal household and casting a long shadow over the future of the monarchy itself. For years, the royal family has prided itself on upholding the legacy of its traditions, with every member playing their part in preserving the dignity and continuity of the monarchy. Yet, behind the carefully managed image of a united and harmonious family, there are increasingly sharp divides that are becoming harder to ignore. What has emerged from the simmering tensions between Queen Camilla and Princess Anne is not just a minor family dispute, it is a full-blown power struggle that could have far-reaching consequences for the future direction of the monarchy. This is a battle not just over titles or royal roles but over the very soul of the institution itself. The conflict, which has unfolded behind the palace gates, is centered around the differing visions of the monarchy held by these two women. On one side is Camilla, the queen consort, who has long been viewed as a crucial figure in the royal family. Her ascent to queen consort seemed like the culmination of years of dedication, service, and careful maneuvering. However, the events leading up to this moment have not been without their challenges, as some members of the royal family, particularly Princess Anne, have questioned the legitimacy of her rise to power. For Anne, the question is not just about personal rivalry or ambition, it is about the integrity of the monarchy and whether the traditions that have defined the institution for centuries are being threatened. In the earliest stages of this power struggle, it seemed as though Camilla was on track to solidify her position within the royal family. After years of working behind the scenes and building alliances, she had gained the trust of her husband, King Charles III, and positioned herself as a key player in shaping the monarchy's future. Yet, as Camilla's influence grew, so too did Anne's concerns. Princess Anne, the daughter of the late Queen Elizabeth II, has always been one of the most steadfast defenders of royal traditions. Unlike other members of the royal family who have occasionally flirted with modernization, Anne has remained unwavering in her commitment to preserving the monarchy's oldest customs and duties. For her, the monarchy is not something that should evolve with the times or adjust to the whims of the public. It is an institution that must remain anchored in the values of service, sacrifice, and unwavering dedication. But as Queen Camilla began to assert her authority and influence within the family, Anne found herself increasingly at odds with her. The struggle between the two women is not just about who holds power at any given moment, it is about a fundamental difference in how they each view the monarchy's role in the modern world. For Anne, the changes that Camilla is pushing for represent a dangerous shift, one that threatens to undermine the very principles that have sustained the royal family through centuries of turmoil. To understand the depth of the rift between these two powerful women, one must look back to the early days of Camilla's involvement with the royal family. When Camilla married Prince Charles in 2005, the marriage was met with mixed reactions. While some members of the public had accepted the union, others continued to view Camilla with skepticism, largely due to the lingering shadow of Princess Diana, Charles's first wife. In an attempt to maintain public unity, the palace initially chose to bestow upon Camilla the title of Princess Consort. This carefully chosen title was meant to strike a balance. It acknowledged Camilla's new role within the royal family without fully embracing the title of Queen, which could have provoked a strong backlash from those still mourning Diana. But behind the scenes, there were rumors that Camilla was far from satisfied with this arrangement. Sources close to the royal family suggested that Camilla, ever the ambitious figure, had always envisioned herself not just as the wife of the king, but as a queen in her own right. As her relationship with Charles deepened, so too did her desire to step out from the shadow of the past and take on a more prominent and influential role within the monarchy. When Charles ascended the throne, Camilla's wish was granted, and she was officially crowned queen consort. However, this new title was not met with universal acclaim. Far from it, Princess Anne, in particular, viewed this shift as a violation of royal traditions and an affront to the values she had long held dear. For Anne, Camilla's rise to queen consort was not just a title change, it was a direct challenge to the established order of the monarchy, and had spent her entire life dedicated to the monarchy's sacred traditions. She had worked tirelessly behind the scenes, fulfilling her royal duties with the utmost dedication, always avoiding the spotlight but never shirking from the responsibilities that came with her position. To her, Camilla's elevation was a symbol of everything that threatened to change the very nature of the monarchy, and viewed this as a breach of the promises made to the public, a promise that the royal family would remain grounded in its values, unchanging in its commitment to duty and service. As the months passed and Camilla's influence continued to grow, and found herself increasingly isolated in her beliefs, while other members of the royal family had, to varying degrees, adapted to the changing times, and remained resolute in her opposition to any efforts to modernize or dilute the monarchy's traditions. For Anne, this was not merely about a difference in political views, it was about protecting the monarchy's very essence. Every step Camilla took toward consolidating her power seemed to chip away at the foundation of what Anne believed the monarchy should stand for. As tensions mounted, it became clear that the stakes of this conflict were much higher than anyone had anticipated. This was no longer a matter of personal differences, it was a struggle for the future of the monarchy itself. Anne was not merely resisting Camilla for the sake of tradition, she was fighting to preserve the very principles that had sustained the monarchy through centuries of upheaval. In contrast, Camilla was striving to ensure that her voice would be heard in the shaping of a new era for the royal family, one that reflected the realities of the modern world. Behind the scenes, it became apparent that this power struggle would not be easily resolved. Anne's quiet resistance to Camilla's growing influence is not simply a matter of personal rivalry but a battle for the monarchy's soul. As the two women navigate this increasingly fraught relationship, the future of the British royal family hangs in the balance. In the end, it remains to be seen who will prevail in this high-stakes drama. Will Camilla's ambition to shape the future of the monarchy win out, or will Anne's steadfast commitment to tradition prove to be the more enduring force? As the drama unfolds, it is clear that the outcome of this conflict will have profound implications for the monarchy's future. For those captivated by the drama and the evolving power dynamics within the royal family, there is much more to come. Don't miss out on the next chapter of royal intrigue. Subscribe now for exclusive updates, behind-the-scenes insights, and the latest news from Buckingham Palace. The monarchy's future is in the balance, and you won't want to miss a single moment of this captivating story.